So what's good, TMG fam? Listen, welcome back to the channel. Next up, we checking out, they didn't know that the camera was watching them. All right, so we're gonna get into some craziness. If you're new, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and join the family. Hit that like button for more content. Let's check it out. Here we go.
It was Buddha who said, "Don't dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment." And maybe he was right. Mostly, what about our very healthy and entertaining preoccupation with recording everything? We wouldn't have videos like these if we weren't filming something, either storing it in the cloud for future giggles or posting it immediately on socials for major likes. Sometimes these instances need to be seen to be fully comprehended. 15 moments you wouldn't believe if they weren't recorded. Man versus sheep. While sheep are generally docile, non-aggressive creatures, this is not necessarily the case. This guy ended up face to face with an angry sheep and did what he had to do to escape. And it was easy as taking a leap over the sheep as it charged. Headbutting is both a natural and learned behavior in sheep. Classic headbutting is highest during the rutting season. It's a way for sheep to get into physical shape for the breeding season and to establish the dominance hierarchy. In general, a sheep sees you as part of the flock and wants to dominate you. This guy could have learned that the hard way. Sheep can be very aggressive and have been known to cause serious injuries, even death, to people. On the other hand, sheep are very social animals. In a grazing situation, they need to see other sheep. They'll become highly agitated if they are separated from the rest of the flock. Maybe that's why this sheep is so mad. Where's the rest of the flock?
Learned something new. I didn't know sheep were out here causing human deaths like that. I didn't know that. That was new information for me there, seriously.
These creatures were one of the earliest animals to be domesticated. It's doubtful they could survive in the wild if a predator risk existed. This sheep might do okay though. It seems to have a no-nonsense attitude. But in the battle between man versus sheep, this human is winning.
If there was any one of them that I think could hold their own, it's this one here.
Fasten your seatbelts because it's time for today's sweet topic. They didn't know that a camera was watching them. And are we seeing a human and an extraterrestrial low-key chilling together? Imagine what a conversation with an extraterrestrial would unfold. Humans are still searching for signs of intelligent alien life on other planets. But how would we react towards it if we ever did make contact? It could look a lot like this image, hypothetically speaking. Evidence of extraterrestrial life has not yet been found, although we're certainly looking for it. Why not, right? There's a decent chance, statistically speaking, that intelligent extraterrestrials are out there somewhere, even if the stars would have to align for us to find and contact each other, given the vastness of our galaxy and enormous distance between planets. So with the search ongoing for alien life and the possibility remaining that we encounter it, it's not amiss to consider how we might react if we ever did make contact, especially considering an intelligent alien species is likely to be very different to our own human one. In any case, anything we find in the near future is more likely to consist of the signs of microbial life that may have once existed on Mars than the humanoids depicted in films and TV shows. But if this image is the real deal, it might hold the answer to the big question, what if? Sound off in the comments with the hashtag sweet topic. Garbage bears. Moving temporarily to where conditions suit them best is what polar bears do all the time. It's not a new phenomenon, it's a prominent feature of their biology. And that usually means going where there might be food to eat. And this extraordinary video shows a polar bear desperately clinging onto a moving truck in Russia as it seeks to scavenge food. The animal on its hind legs holds on to the back of the vehicle, sniffing for tasty morsels in the garbage, while other bears run along beside the truck. Polar bears, with their 42 razor-sharp teeth, paws the size of dinner plates, and 4 inches of fat under their black skin and white fur, are some of the most resilient mammals on the planet. Researchers estimate
he doing what he gotta do, fam. You know what I'm saying?
The planet's total polar bear population to be between 22,000 and 31,000, with about 2/3 of them in Canada. In Russia, polar bears are listed as an endangered species. Global warming has arguably affected animals in Russia's eastern Arctic more severely near here than elsewhere. But experts have warned that humans must not become a source of food for the predators, or it'll threaten the species' survival and the lives of people. So waste disposal arrangements must be rearranged and the bear's access to it blocked. Try telling that to a polar bear. Flooded house. A couple of television hosts on a Norwegian public access network decided to test out a very strange experiment. They found a house they could destroy for the sole purpose of making interesting TV. Have you too ever wondered what flooding an entire room with water would be like? Here you go. As you can see, they blast gallons of water into the abandoned house's upstairs bathroom through the ceiling. Before long, everything in that bathroom starts floating. And not long after that, the bathroom seals, like the windows and the doors, start hemorrhaging water. All this to find out if a room can be filled with water. The bathroom almost gets full before crashing through to the rest of the house and gushing out into the yard. Talk about water damage. The results are pretty spectacular though. Water, as you'd expect, goes everywhere. Although it was done with entertaining intentions, some folks weren't so cool about such unnecessary damage. Did these fellas need to waste so much water? Was it a waste of a house? A waste of time? Maybe.
I'm surprised it got that high. I wouldn't have thought it got that high. You know what I mean? It got a lot higher than I expected.
Disagree. Experiments like this help us detect flood warnings in our home, or how your home would react in a real disaster. These TV hosts just had a really great time doing it. Mosquito billboard. You know the expression, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Unlike day-to-day life, billboard advertising usually relies more on telling than showing, but this clever billboard is catching the attention of passerby as well as curious insects. At the beginning of the warm season, insects start coming out, especially mosquitoes and flies, and they annoy everybody. To help combat the flying pests and promote this brand of insecticide, this company created a billboard ad that actually traps insects. It's a very simple but effective idea. Transparent glue was applied on the ad's surface in the shape of a jet spray coming from an insecticide can. As time passed, flies and mosquitoes got trapped in the glue, making the jet spray shape visible. Clever, right? And maybe a little gross, but it does get the job done in two ways. It advertises the effectiveness of the bug spray, and it puts an end to many bugs' existence. When flies and
like, that is brilliant marketing right there. Y'all might not think so, but to me, that's brilliant. Because especially if you pass by there every day and you see it, the change over time. Oh, yeah. I'd be searching for that brand. It sells itself doing that.
Mosquitoes got trapped on the glue. Day by day, they made the shape of the spray visible. Insects like mosquitoes and flies can be quite a big problem. Whoever thought of this clever idea really deserves a raise. The billboard ad doubles a huge insect trap, and apparently the sign caught over 230,000 bugs. Snowstorm. Stepping out of your home after a storm in Norway can look a lot like this. And not just any storm, we're talking a major blizzard. A blizzard refers to a cold, strong wind that's laden with snow, which significantly reduces visibility. And as you can see, the snow can practically cover your house in these parts of the world. Talk about a snow day. So here's what you should know about this extreme weather. A blizzard is moderate or heavy falling snow with wind speeds of 30 miles per hour or more, and a reasonably extensive snow cover reducing visibility almost entirely. Blizzards can occur either when snow is falling in windy conditions or when it's lifted from the ground by strong winds, or a combination of both facts. A whiteout is an extreme form of a blizzard in which downdrafts and heavy snowfall combine to create a situation in which it's impossible to tell the ground from the sky. But what about snowdrifts, like the one this guy's trying to break through? A drift is where snow gets piled up as the wind blows across it.
That's miserable. That's gotta be dangerous. Like, places I see that have to, and people that have to experience that in places like that, I just feel as though it's not meant for us to live there, humans, in that area. I just don't think for at least that season. We don't need to be there. We need to move, and they should be allowed and afforded and helped out and assisted to be able to relocate during those times. That's crazy to even have to deal with that. That sounds like one of those places where we heard about where they leave their cars running all year round. Like they don't shut their cars off because that's how cold it is there, and they need to keep it running to actually make sure it starts. So, no, that's ridiculous.
Dry powder snow is the easiest type of snow to move around because it doesn't stick together like wet snow. The next ingredient is the wind. The stronger the wind, the more it's shifted, and you can end up with really deep areas of snow piled against roadsides, houses, or anything that's facing the wind. You end up digging your way out, just like this person is doing.
That's right.
Would you like fries with that? Of all the great ways to eat potatoes, the French fry just might be the best. There's nothing quite like those crispy fried edges and the smell of the deep fryer, or the way each individual fry finds the perfect balance of salt and fat. However, this person's French fry craving was literally squashed after a visit to McDonald's. High winds in Arizona knocked down a sign that came crashing down onto his car. Thankfully, no one was inside the vehicle. Hopefully, they got to enjoy their meals first. The Mojave County Sheriff's Office posted pictures and videos to their social media showing the damage at the fast food restaurant. French fries have become a quintessential part of the American diet, but who brought them here? Turns out, President Thomas Jefferson is responsible for Americans' fry consumption. He brought them to public awareness after discovering them while working abroad in France. Some people think McDonald's perfected them, so next time you're out to crush your fry craving, check the weather and don't park anywhere near signs like this, just to be sure. It was not a happy meal if it happened to you. Three-wheeled drive. File this video under World's Worst Drivers because this very determined person is not going to let a missing wheel slow them down. Why? Who knows? But it's obviously a very dangerous situation for this driver and for others on the road. Just look at those sparks coming off this vehicle. It's quite a light show. There's smoke too. So here's what you should know about what to do in this situation with your own vehicle. Don't do what this person is doing. If you hear a loud boom coming from your tire while driving, you may have experienced a blowout. First, stay calm. A tire blowout will immediately cause your car to begin to slow down as well as pull the vehicle to the left or right.
That's nothing. You ever had a blow? And this is for my truck drivers, bro. That is the most, like, that'll almost give you a heart attack the first time you experience a blowout in an 18-wheeler. Bro, it sounds like somebody just let a cannon off. Fam, you can't, it's no way to prepare somebody for it. You just have to experience it. You know what I mean? I've experienced being inside the cab when it went off and being next to one where one blew up. And neither one of them, but being inside, man, that thing, oh man, I thought my heart was gonna leave my body. I didn't know what was going on, man.
It can cause your vehicle to lose control.
Flashback.
Make sure you don't slam on the brakes. This could cause your wheels to lock up and will lead to a total loss of control. How this driver managed to drive straight is a mystery, but don't try it. Begin to slow down by gently removing your foot from the accelerator. Then steer towards the right-hand lane and pull over where it's safe. Change the tire if you know how and have room to do so safely. Call a towing company if you have any doubts. And if you ever see anything like this, maybe call the police. This certainly is breaking all sorts of laws. Insane police fitness. Special weapons and tactic officers are members of highly trained parliamentary units that tackle situations beyond the capability of conventional police forces. These elite professionals use their advanced training in weapons, teamwork, and strategy to resolve crises. Being a member of an elite force like this requires a lot of skill. This footage from a Shenzhen Special Police Team exam in China takes us through a challenging obstacle course that tests their power, agility, balance, speed, weapon handling, and even knot tying skills. And as you can see, to become a member of a SWAT team requires a great deal of talent, strength, and mental fortitude. And this is a video of the Special Police's physical exam used to determine a candidate's fitness too. Officers must be prepared to face dangerous and life-threatening situations and to deal with people who are aggressive, dangerous, mentally ill, or threatening the safety of bystanders. To resolve incidents and prevent loss of life, Those professionals rely on training like this. It involves a little bit of everything, including knot tying, running, crawling, climbing over things, rope swinging, parkour, monkey bars, wall scaling, rappelling, tire flipping, disassembling and reassembling a firearm, the works. Swarm of caterpillars. If you're ever in the Amazon rainforest, you might see something like this, a group of caterpillars moving in a formation. This is known as a rolling swarm. You might guess that it has something to do with safety in numbers. While this might be part of the story, it turns out that there's another really ingenious reason why these caterpillars climb over each other. It's a simple but totally mind-blowing idea. Anyone who's been on one of those endless moving walkways at airports knows that if you walk on a moving belt, you'll get to the end faster. And so these caterpillars have essentially built a caterpillar-powered conveyor belt. Unlike a typical conveyor belt, this one never runs out because the caterpillars keep disassembling and reassembling it. The really surprising thing is that this entire rolling swarm of caterpillars moves faster than any single caterpillar can. Every caterpillar spends some time on each floor. On the ground floor, a caterpillar moves at normal speed. The next floor up, it's moving at twice the speed because the floor is moving forward and so is the caterpillar. The next layer up, it's moving at 3 times the speed and so on. Every single caterpillar spends time moving slowly in the first floor and moving faster in the higher floors. Oyster shucking otters. Otters love to eat shelled animals, but they aren't equipped with the strength to open their food without some help. Therefore, they're big on tools and will often use rocks to help crack into dinner. While they hunt for food underwater, they'll often store a rock in the skin under their arms for later use. But when it comes to oysters, they have another strategy. Looking for the best way to open an oyster? You want to take a lesson from this adorable sea otter? The southern sea otter is now a master at shucking oysters at the Oregon Zoo. The oyster shucking otter moved to her new home in Portland after she was found as a tiny pup stranded on a beach. Unable to be paired with a surrogate mom, she was eventually deemed non-releasable by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and a permanent home was found for her at the Oregon Zoo. The marine mammal care team named the pup Uni Sushi in honor of the diet of sustainable seafood she and the rest of the sea otter family enjoy. Sea otters eat a large variety of foods, including sea urchins, crabs, clams, and squid. Because their metabolism is 2 to 3 times the rate of other animals their size, they need to eat about 25% of their body weight every day. This otter creates its own oyster bar.
Man, I want oysters all of a sudden. See, that was some good marketing right there for oysters for me. Now I want to go somewhere. I can't eat them raw though. They gotta be steamed. No, I don't see how y'all do it, man. Y'all sick.
Balloon popping lasers. Who doesn't love party favors and lasers? This gadget allows the user to play seek and destroy with party balloons. Fun, right? The laser cube is capable of lighting matches, popping balloons, and shining a dot visible from miles away. How fun would this game be at a birthday party? As for the devices, it's plain black metal, measuring 4 inches on each side, with a cutout in the front to expose the laser and lens array. 2 screw-in pegs sit under the cutout, holding a small door in place to cover the array when not in use, or providing mounting points for different optional lenses. A tripod screw mount can be found on the bottom of the projector. No balloon is safe when you bring this to a party. In a laser versus balloon battle, the clear winner is obvious. Just stay out of the way. It's a portable projector with 3 different colors of lasers able to form pictures by rotating and flashing them rapidly through lenses. It connects to a computer or smartphone to control its projections and can be programmed to show pictures, animations, music visualizations, and games, and it can even work as a laser engraver with an optional lens. For semi-professional performances, displays, and crafts, it's a fascinating and flexible device. So take your party to another level with balloon popping lasers. Holy cow! For many Hindus, who make up nearly 80% of India's 1.3 billion strong population, the cow is a sacred animal. Its horns symbolize the gods, its 4 legs, the ancient Hindu scriptures or the Vedas, and its udder, the 4 objectives of life, including material wealth, desire, righteousness, and salvation. But what if you own a cow unlike any other cow? The owner of this 5-legged cow should be thankful that she was born in India, because in other places around the world, it could have ended up on our dinner plates. But not here. Hindus are also vegetarian. The 5-legged cow is being worshipped as people believe its extra limb can bring them good luck. Followers believe the cow, whose 5th leg protrudes from its neck, is a manifestation of a Hindu deity. They believe it holds the essence of Hindu religion, and touching its 5th leg can help fulfill all your wishes. That's a pretty tall order for a farm animal, but still, this is a pretty special cow. And for the owner, he said, the cow is our holy animal. We call her our mother. With this extra limb, God is indicating to us that we must respect the animal and seek her blessings. According to religious scriptures here, cows are to be treated with the same respect as your own mom.
That's an interesting way to put it.
Greek mystery sound. Thessaloniki, Greece's 2nd largest city and the capital of Macedonia, is both historic and avant-garde. And recently, some mysterious noise was disturbing residents. Nobody could figure out where it was coming from. Nearly every night, residents of the city had been jolted awake by the banging noise they describe as deafening and even otherworldly. The sound could be heard in many neighborhoods across the city. What could it possibly be causing all that racket? Previous theories regarding the cause of the sound included seismic and geological phenomena. Some residents even thought it could be top-secret government experiments, even alien activity. But unfortunately, it was a lot more explainable. It turns out that the sound was coming from routine tuning of the water supply running through the neighborhoods. Officials stated that the sound was the result of an anomaly in the water flow through the pipes. Imagine that the water flows through the pipes like a wave. If there is some sort of anomaly in the flow, the contact between the water and the pipe can produce a sound. Unfortunately, this Greek town was very disturbed by those banging pipes. Water walker. Kristina Makushenko from Moscow completed internationally and synchronized swimming with the Russian national team.
Whoa. Did she just moonwalk? Yo, speaking of moonwalk, by the way, oh my gosh, man, if you're not following me on Instagram, man, I know I don't post much, but you know, I'm working on it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I seen a cat. I posted a cat the other day doing the moonwalk, bro. He watched Michael Jackson video on TV and just got up and just started emulating them, man. I promise you that is hilarious. I was crying laughing. Check my Instagram out, man. It should be in the description. Go to my Instagram and check it out, man. It's hilarious. Cats are funny.
And won 2 gold medals in the European Junior Championships in 2011. And now, this champion synchronized swimmer is showing off her underwater dance skills wearing a pair of stiletto heels and fishnet tights. She calls herself the Aqua Queen on heels. And that's not all. In her videos, the athlete continues to challenge herself, swimming underwater with a skateboard, appearing to walk on the water's surface in heels, and even attempting to apply a full face of makeup while underwater, sitting on the floor of a swimming pool. It's an incredible display of flexibility. She twirls herself around, doing backflips under the water, then grabs her leg and pauses in an upside-down horizontal split. The clip cuts to one of her trademark moves, doing a slow, upside-down catwalk strut on the surface of the pool, making ripples with her high heels. She has since retired from competitive artistic swimming, but has become an online sensation due to her amazing underwater dance routines. It's clear that synchronized swimming really takes amazing skills. It looks even better with a nice pair of heels. Well, sinkhole. Sinkholes are a wonder of geology, shocking the senses with their immense depth and creating some of the most unique natural environments on Earth. Lakes, forests, caves, reefs, wild species, and more can be found in their depths. They fascinated people for centuries and continue to attract tourists to remote spots around the world. In this part of India, people were witness to the sight of a public well collapsing right before their eyes. Locals started filming after they started hearing noises from inside the well. But sinkholes, it turns out, are not as rare as you'd think. How does a sinkhole form? Sinkholes occur when groundwater causes dramatic events, since the holes can grow big enough to swallow a house, a road or a field, or a swimming pool even. Can humans cause sinkholes? Yeah, Human activities like drilling for a well or mining, which lower water levels underground, can cause sinkholes. This well didn't stand a chance. Hopefully this hole didn't get any bigger. Crazy, right? You gotta give a round of applause to these people for catching these amazing clips on camera. We wouldn't believe some of these things even happened had we not seen it with our own eyes. So stick around if you want to see some more amazing videos.
Sinkholes make me nervous because they're just unpredictable, and they could just show up and pop up anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, those make me nervous. I hate that they even showed me that. Now I'm gonna think about it. Because what's crazy is we had a hole start to form outside our house. And I was like, man, could that be the start of a sinkhole? And it's bothered me ever since. So this didn't do nothing but make those same emotions resurface, man. Wish I hadn't seen that. Now I gotta go watch the cat video, moonwalking, on my Instagram to take my mind off of it and make me laugh. All right? Y'all get at me in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of this video, man. And stick around and stay tuned. Till next one, I'm gone. Peace.